Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Very bright morning. It's around 9 a.m. in the morning. I don't know why every time, this is a routine that I've always developed. Anytime that I start my videos, I do mention the time. Like, it's something that I'm really fond of. So, welcome to the live. Hope you're doing well. I'm also doing well. Just as the title suggests, welcome to the live. If you are clicking in, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you very much for stopping by with this YouTube channel. Here we just have passion for creating memories that never fade. So can you hear me? So normally how I make my day to be productive when in office, when I report to work each and every day, I always write down my to-do list, like a complete day for me is when I've accomplished my to-do list. Yeah, so it's around 9. Actually, my office work starts at 9. So I always list down some of my to-do list. But meanwhile, before that, I just check my FYP page in YouTube. Especially, I want to monitor this live. I hope this time. Oh, welcome to the live. Just as the title suggests, this is live Q&A session. Good morning, good vibes. Let's connect, ask question, and let's connect as Rosette Experience community. There you go. There you go. So someone asked me, how long have I been into making videos? Yeah, I started making videos in the year 2021. Yeah, 2021. Right now it's 4 years. 4 years down the line. And I've really enjoyed the journey. It's full of learning. So welcome to the live. Just as I told you that every morning I have my to-do list, and normally they are always, I write 10 things to do in a day. Like when I get into work, 10 things that I'm supposed to do. I always note them down. So after writing them down, so that's how I start. Like today I'm going to be doing the receipts. Yeah, receipting. And also today I'm going to be programming the Sunday service, that's the projection. So programming, that is choosing the songs, prayer of the day, and making PowerPoint. Yeah, and then I'll touch a little bit about finance report. And also I do manage the social media account for the church. So today I have several posts to make in the social media platform for the church. So those are 4 keys. Then at least write about the newsletter, Sunday bulletin. Yeah. What else? Sunday bulletin. What else? But meanwhile, you are free to ask me something, even if you'll be watching this video many years to come, many months to come, few days to come, or any other time. Be free to ask me anything. What else? Oh, I'll be making calls. The 6. What else? Those are 6 to-do list. I always make them to be 10. So first, I'm gonna start with the receipting. My first to-do list. yeah, let me know where you're watching this video from. Anyway, welcome to Rosette Experience YouTube channel. In this channel, oh, I just remembered something else. Notice reminders, hotels. Two more. So that's how I get productive. How many people are in the live? The other one is responding to mails. One more to go. Anyway, I'll think about that one. So yesterday, I was just upgrading my live streaming skills, and this is what I got. You see this app. This app, it's called DroidCam, and DroidCam is like when you are streaming using OBS live streaming software. There's how you can connect, like how you can use your phone as a camera. Like if you have a 3-camera setup, you can add a phone to be the 4th camera setup. So let me just show you. Let me launch the OBS Studio. So normally for the presentation in church, I use VideoSums, this one here. This is what I use to program the service, and I think one of the to-do list is there. I use VideoSums, this one. Yeah, so this OBS, just want to show you something. There you go. So by default you can have seen several screens. Let's say you are live streaming, you have scenes like around. First scene can be cameras, the second scene can be scriptures, the third scene can be Bible verse or maybe something. So let's say you take the second scene where I'm going to add the droid cam OBS is a plug-in. Do you know what is called plug-in? So I'm gonna come here, open the plugin. It's loading, then I'm gonna click here, there we have plugin. There we go. So in plugin I'm going to set the resolution. Normally it's good to live stream in 1920 versus 1080. Then for you to connect, like it's going to be wireless, the Droid Cam app has what is called Wi-Fi IP address. So you can see it's also here. So that's the mode of connection. It's wireless. So I'm going to copy the IP address, but before that make sure you are connected to one Wi-Fi, like a common network, like a Wi-Fi. Like my phone is connected to the same Wi-Fi as my computer where I have this OBS Studio. So I'm going to copy this IP address. That's what I learned. That's the new skill that I was telling you about. So I'm going to copy that IP address 192.168.100.1. No, I'm not gonna tell you that the last figures of that IP address, because you can crack into my system and hack everything that I use. So I've just omitted 3 digits. So there we go. After that you activate, and there we go. See, there we go. So there we go. You can see. Just a moment. Okay. There we go. So let's say you are having a 4-camera setup and you've just added a phone, which means you'll have multiple camera sources. Like, let me just try to put it this way. Yeah, you can see me. That's my camera, you can see. So that's what I learned. One of the new things that I learned the other day. I think that's a milestone in live streaming. So yeah, there you go. You can see it's wireless connection, no cables, no cable here. Like, it's just connecting. See, just connecting. So maybe you can have this phone on a tripod stand, the third camera, the first, second and third camera, and then you can use this one as the 4th camera for extra shot. It's always good to have extra shots. And yeah, so that's something that I learned. That's the main highlight of this week. Yeah, that's it. So at least you've seen the new live streaming guru. So there are so many things to learn. Like if you have good camera, you will get that extra shot. So that's it for now. Yeah, let me just end that. It stopped. So basically that's a plug in that you can use to connect your phone as a camera, an extra camera, and it uses wireless. So anyway, meanwhile, let me we can just have a short encouragement before I end this live, and maybe fully focus on hear me out. This is not a faith-based channel, but all I do in this channel is always try to record my experiences, just that. So it's not going to be about faith-based channel, but at least once in a while be sure to tune in for such devotion or maybe encouragement. You get, or like this one, this was a sermon. I'm just trying to find out. I'm just trying. So this is one of the sermon that I prepared, and I was writing each and every word that I was gonna say. I know that's something normal in speech writing. So like this day I was talking about a true friend, and I started by saying a true friend is a friend indeed, and I went ahead and asked my fellow audience that how can you tell someone, like I pose a question that how can you tell someone he's a true friend. Then I went to introduce myself, and I introduced myself as Tiberius, born again Christian, and I believe in God. And I also mentioned my passion. My passion. During my free time, I do make videos, cinematic video, and I post in Rosette Experience YouTube channel. So and I also mentioned that the major reason that I started this was to create memories, because we have passion for creating memories. Then I went ahead and said this Psalms. It's Psalms 95. Oh, it's Psalms 100, which says, "I will enter his gates with thanksgiving in my heart, and I will enter his courts with praise, and I will say, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice, for he has made me glad." That's the Psalms of King David. Then after mentioning the psalm, I also went to Psalms 95. That's the Venite song, or maybe for the Christian, Psalms 95. It's just a praise that King David was saying to his Lord. Like he was saying, "Oh, come, let us sing out to the Lord. Let us shout in triumph to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his face with thanksgiving and cry to him joyfully in psalms, because the Lord is a great God. God is the greatest. And guys, soon I'll be making such merchandise. Like, I was to go and brand this like a Christian branded hat. Like, we want to spread the gospel using this, and I was to brand this as God is the greatest, like writing God is the greatest. So let me know if you can buy this one worth $10. So I went ahead and say, for the Lord is a great God and is the great King above all gods. And did you know that his hands are the depth of the earth? His hands are the depth. So you can imagine how God is big. And the peak of the mountain are his also. The sea is his, that Lake Victoria is his. He made it, and his hand made dry land. And then David finished by saying, come, let us worship and bow down and kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is the Lord our God. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. And if you can only hear his voice today, for he come to judge the world with righteousness. And as Anglican, we finished the Psalms of the day by saying, glory to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, it's now, and ever shall be. So my topic, maybe it's gonna be part of this. So, who's a true friend? And in Rosette experience, are you my true friends? Are we friends? Okay. And this was my sermon that day. It was about a true friend, and I quoted from the book of Proverbs chapter 7 verse 17. Can I find it out? I didn't carry my Bible. I left it in the house. Let me just find the book of Proverbs chapter 17. What does it say? 17. A friend loves all time, and a brother is born for adversity. Yeah. And I was trying to give an example of the most loyal friends that the Bible has ever recorded was Jonathan and David. And in the history, this was the greatest loyalty, and their friendship never failed. And so what happens nowadays? What happens nowadays as people of God or friends or maybe just human beings, we lack loyalty. Loyalty is very, very rare, and our adversity are quite wide. So that is a problem to maintain the friendship that we have. Unlike Jonathan and David, the adversity did not divide them. In fact, all this brought them together. And mark you, Jonathan was the eldest son of King Saul, and by default, he was going to take his father's throne, and still he was not envious of King David, because King David was anointed and he was going to be the next king. And Jonathan was also the eldest son of King David. So in normal circumstances, I think enmity could be there, but it didn't happen. Jonathan by default would be the king after inheriting his father's throne, but I kept asking myself that why would he befriend David and that's why it gets very interesting, and this is how our loyalty is tested. So they should have been great rivals by then, and look how God's work. That's how when you trust in God. So as a friend, there is that one thing that brings you together, or there could be similarity. So let's look at Jonathan and David. Both of them were great men of God. Both of them were warriors, because Jonathan was a soldier and David was also a soldier. So take a look at I befriend a friend, maybe let's say a friend of mine, it's called Fanny. Why are we friends? Because we are all maybe in church, maybe in a praise and worship team, or maybe we like photography, or maybe we like cinematography. We can easily get along, but at the end of the day, the loyalty prevails when I'll be doing it better, or when she'll be getting better, or if she gets an opportunity to sing in biggest concert in Africa, or maybe in the biggest stages, I will be happy for him. Like Kiswahili says, nitataka ikuwe mimi ndio nipate hiyo opportunity. No, that's not the case. So yes, that's what I mean by loyalty. Look at both David and Jonathan, or I was saying DJ. It's recorded that they were the great warrior. David killed Goliath, and Jonathan, it's recorded in the Bible that Jonathan single-handedly attacked the Philistines. That is from the book of 1 Samuel chapter 14. And we find that if you continue finding out the story of these two people, they made a covenant. Do we really need a covenant as friends nowadays? Do we have covenants? Like, yes, just like for those who are getting married, do say in their weddings, like for rich, for poor, for sickness, in health. And I think nowadays, just friendship are not based on covenant. So, and I'm going to find out the 3 different types of covenant. They are there. So let's take an example of covenant that David and Jonathan. So covenant of protection, like Jonathan promised to protect David from his father, that is from the book of Charlie isoe mchele immediately. Hey, wewe unanga nini na simu? Hey, na mimi hata simu yangu siekangi protector. Sijaeka. Wewe ni careless. So guys, as I was saying, as it is recorded in the book of, let me just prove this, the book of 1 Samuel 20 verse 14. Nyumre sadi
ameniambia screen ndio labda
hebu
kwenye nitumie, but I doubt jua hiyo pia kwa sure
haifunguki kabisa.
Hiyo pia kwa sure. Basi naona ukiangalia kitu hapa kwa screen, tunaona kuna maji.
Acha kufinya hivyo.
Nirudishe kwa rais. No.
Haungetoa kwa rais, ungeacha tu the whole day. Ingerudi normal. Ama upeleke kwa blow dry. 50 bob.
Wacha nipeleke, nikishatoa hii nini, nirudishe kwa blow dry.
So I was just talking to my colleague. He really has issues with the phone. Like, that guy who doesn't stay with phones. Like, next time his phone is broken, falling in water. But anyway, let's see what the word of the Lord is saying in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 20 verse 14. And this is the word of the Lord. If I'm still alive, show me the loyal love of the Lord, that I may not die, and not cut off your loyalty from my house forever. When the Lord cut off every one of the enemies of David from the face, let the name of Jonathan be cut off from the house of David. That was the covenant. And in this context, it's not necessary that you have a true friend. A true friend can be you and your job, or your responsibility. And let's say this, are you loyal to your responsibility? So that's is your talent your best friend? How loyal are you to whatever you study in college? And the last slide was still about this issue of Jonathan, and it finished by saying a friend loves all time. And just like David and Jonathan were friends and all was going well, they also reminded friends when things are not going well, the friend should be retained. So that's it. So in conclusion, there's a story that it's all about a song that we all know. Like, if you're a Christian, you know this song. So there was this man called Joseph Scavian, a very young man from Ireland. Like, how do we pronounce Ireland? Like Ireland. An evening before his wedding, the bride accidentally drowned and died. He also wanted to be a cadet, but because of his poor health, which prevented him from being one, later he relocated to Canada, and Joseph devoted himself to help the needy. He was lucky to get another fiancée, but by bad luck, the bride died before their wedding day. So, out of his personal experience, Joseph, remember the name, Joseph Scrivian, and you'll go and find out, Joseph Scrivian, he wrote these beautiful words that have become the most famous hymn of all time in Anglican Communion, or maybe in Adventist. Like, he wrote this song, "What a friend we have in Jesus, all our sins and grief to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer." In his recognition of this service to others, a monument was erected in his honor at Port Hope in Ontario. For those who can attest to this, maybe if you are watching from Ontario, you can confirm this. and may you also, just as did you say, find a friend in Jesus. Yeah. Bye for now. Let's get to work and see you in the next, maybe live.